Go ahead, Speedy.
Yep, really good job by our guys. Though we came out with the right mindset and we put them away right from the start, and that's what we wanted to do. Get off to a good start and just to keep it rolling. But I thought everybody that came in the game and played really contributed really well, especially Bryce Washington. He was clicking on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively, as was everybody else. And then our two guys, Estrada and Tyler, they were great. But this guy next to me, man, he's our team leader, and proud of him.
Questions?
Now, you had that nice start. Nick Lawrence, mid-major manager. You guys had that nice start, but in the second half, you just added on to it. Biggest one in CAA tournament history. What was said at halftime to hold on to that lead and add on to it?
Don't play the scoreboard. It's about us and continue to do the right things, offensively and defensively. That was the biggest thing. Whenever we get out to a big lead at halftime, we try not to play the scoreboard, and we want to continuously to do the right things, man. It's always about us.
Jaquan, we saw a few times during this game, we saw Speedy running out onto the court, giving you guys energy. What does that do for the team to know he's that invested in it and that involved even in a blowout like this?
That we got to get it done for him. We got to get it done for him, man, just to keep us pumped. He bring the energy, and I just got to lead it on to the guys. So I feed off him. We feed off each other. So we're going to go as far as each other go.
What specifically was working on offense for you guys in the first half?
Honestly, everything. Everybody's they were making shots at an extremely high clip. Whoever we went to, they scored the ball. Whether it was JC, Aaron, Tyler, Bryce, Stone got us off to a good start. Everybody who stepped on the court really played well today.
Coach, yesterday William and Mary had a record high, shooting from the 3-point line. How did you go about shutting them down?
Yeah, that was a key to the ball game. We wanted to wipe out what we call their red shirts. Nelson, Aisa. We wanted to not give them any open looks because, like you said, they played extremely well and shot the ball well yesterday, and that's why they won. And to their credit, they're really good shooters. So we wanted to wipe them out and limit their attempts.
JC, back in January, you said that this team wasn't where it needed to be, but come the postseason, it would be. How much of a statement was this today?
Definitely to just let everybody know the energy and how we're going to come out and defend. We had a great offensive game, but I think we was getting a lot of stops, so that sent a lot of message. We're going to win games by defense.
Last year, tough loss in the quarterfinal round. Was that something that you mentioned coming into today's game?
Last year. We're not thinking about that. Although when we got here and we had the same locker room, I was like, oh man, the same locker room. Like it was just bad vibes. But new year, new us.
Gonna go to Zoom, Kevin.
Hey, Speedy, Kevin Martin in Long Island. Congratulations. Just talk about the efficiency of Thomas today, and this guy didn't miss many shots, and how great that is.
Tyler's been great all year. That's what we expect from him, and coming into the game, we knew that he would have a mismatch on the offensive end, and we definitely wanted to exploit that.
Cherry.
Hey, Speedy. As a coach, when do you realize the guys are as locked in as they look to be today? Is it in the walkthrough? Is it at breakfast? Like, when does it click for you that it's going to be a pretty good day for you guys?
It clicked weeks ago. Honestly, Jerry Beach. This is our 12th win in a row, so I these guys know what's at stake, and they're totally locked in. I'm not worried about them, not one bit.
Speedy, how important do you think it's going to be for the rest of the tournament being able to get Aaron, Tyler, JC those minutes of rest at the end of the game today?
Extremely important because it's hard to play 3 games in 3 days. So we definitely want to come out and put them away and get these guys some rest so they're not out there for 37, 38, 40 minutes or whatever it may be, because we have to play 3 games in 3 days, which is going to be hard. So it's good to start off like this.
Coach, the last time you played William and Mary, the win was 75-62. Now the margin is obviously significantly higher. What was different between the matchup then and now?
Honestly, at that time, we weren't playing great. So they didn't really see the real Hofstra. And I thought tonight they I mean, unfortunately for them, they saw the real Hofstra. We were clicking on all cylinders, and just a credit to my guys. They're totally locked in on both sides of the basketball, playing really good ball going in March.
John Titel from Hoops HD for Jaquan. You were only 1 of 9 from behind the arc in your past 4 games. Did you prepare any differently, or did something click for you in practice, or?
Definitely just getting a lot of shots up after practice with our assistant coaches, but just keeping confidence. My coaches believe in me. They tell me, when you shoot it, you miss. Don't come looking at us. Shoot the next one. So it's just a confidence thing, just keeping my confidence up.
John?
Coach, you got a lot of offense off defense as well today. I mean, obviously the offense was clicking on its own, but can you just talk about that? All season you've been doing that, and especially today.
Yeah, we're a defensive-minded team. We're gonna allow our defense to fuel our offense. We're when we get out in transition, we're extremely hard to stop. So we want to get stops and then sprint the court and run for layups or threes or whatever it may be. But the easiest time to score is in transition. But at first, we got to get a stop.
Coach, in an important game like this, how rewarding is it as a coach where you get to, in such a high-stakes game, have a moment for Aiden Best like that, hitting that 4-point shot?
I'm happy for him, man. The kid, he worked extremely hard being on the scout team every day and get these guys prepared. So I'm happy that he got his moment today.
Hey, Jaquan, just with the way that you guys started the game and the intensity with the way you guys started the game, how much did you guys talk about that all week leading up to this game and coming out and kind of punching him in the mouth the way you did early on?
Definitely. We do our ball handling and warm-ups. Aaron Estrada, we bring it in, and he told us, let's keep throwing the first punch and suffocate him and don't give him no breathing room throughout the whole game. So he kind of let us, and then we stood on what he said.
Dave Preston?
Question again for the coach. So many of these noon games, a team will sleepwalk for the first 5 minutes or so. How encouraging was it for you to see your team come out the way you guys did and then sustain it for really 40 minutes?
Extremely encouraging because, like you said, having a noon start, it's rough. It's a different day for us. We can't have a normal walkthrough like we like to have. So we really had to be dialed in last night. And to these kids' credit, they were. And they were ready to go right from the start.
Anything else?
Thanks,
guys. Start with an opening statement from Coach.
First of all, congratulations to Hofstra and a ton of credit to them. I thought they played unbelievably well today. We tried to throw a few different things at them defensively. They just seemed to have an answer for whatever we did. And what was probably most impressive was the way they defended. We just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively, and a lot of that had to do with the way that they played. So a ton of credit to them, and certainly wish them the best of luck moving forward. I was really proud of the way that our team stuck together and battled in that second half on a day where we clearly weren't playing as well as we needed to and as well as we're capable of. This has been a really, really fun team to coach, and you want to win this one for a variety of reasons, but one of the biggest ones was to try to get a chance to coach these guys for one more day. So really proud of this group, and there's my statement.
Jaden.
Dane, you've seen this group twice now. What about Hofstra makes them so complete and so formidable?
Well, I think that obviously they've got great guard play. Estrada is phenomenal, but he's not alone. Tyler Thomas is terrific. Jaquan Carlos was very good today. And then I think that they just do a really good job guarding. They take a ton of pride in guarding on the ball, and it's hard to get loose against them. So there's someone asked me before the game, what are the 2 keys for the game? I said only 2, because these guys, there's not a lot of holes in their game.
To Zoom and David Johnson.
Yeah, Anders, I was wondering if you could discuss, is there anything they did different defensively or did better defensively than when you played them earlier this year?
I don't know if there's really any specifics. I mean, it was already a couple months ago we played them. But, they're down in ball screens, getting you to your weak hand. And like Coach said, they just do a really good job of guarding the ball, take a lot of pride in that. And, that's how you win games in March, guarding the ball, staying solid, just sticking to what they do. So.
And back to Brian Smith.
To both of you, coming off a day in which you guys knocked down 14 threes, everything went well, for it to go in the polar opposite like that, what goes through your mind when you're kind of going, you can't stop the bleeding the way they're playing?
Yeah, I think that was it was certainly tough to overcome. We came out early. We certainly didn't get the same quality of looks as we got yesterday. You're playing against a zone. You're going to get more open looks from three. And Hofstra did a great job today of limiting those opportunities. I think that we needed to move the ball a little better than we did. We got a little bit stagnant, and that hurt us a little bit. But like I said, I think a lot of the credit is to Hofstra for making it tough on us and getting good looks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's never fun to start a game and be down 20-4. I think we could all say that. It's not a spot you want to find yourself in, especially in the playoffs. So, from a senior leader, from a veteran standpoint, I just got the guys together and just say, listen, this is about us. We just got to play the way that we know we can play, that we're capable of. Even though things might have started slow and this might be our last game, we're going to go out with a bang and we're going to go out with how we play. Obviously that's a tough situation in which you don't, really know what you want to say to the guys or even to yourself. But, you just get through it with the guys around you.
To Zoom and Dave Johnson.
Dane, not to suggest an excuse or anything, but it's the first time you had to play back-to-back days. Was that at all tough?
No.
Anything else? Andrew, last one.
Hey, Dane, after seeing what you saw today from Hofstra, can you forecast for me where you think that the pinnacle for that team is this year?
If I could do that, I wouldn't be coaching college basketball, I tell you that much. I think there's two teams in this league that have separated themselves. We saw that during the regular season. It's Hofstra and Charleston. And they played like that today. I think that they are a very complete team because they've got guards that can play with just about anybody. They got bigs that can defend and score on the blocks. I think they're really good, and I think that they can make a run in March because they've got all the pieces that you need to do that.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.